And welcome back to Math Concepts. We are going to continue our discussion of the mathematics behind personal finance. In this video, we are going to show how the finance charge is computed on a credit card. We'll look at a simple example where we just have a couple purchases over the course of the month. The key concept is finding something called the average daily balance. Okay, so the finance charge, the interest that you are charged on your account is going to be based on that concept, the average daily balance. So let's go to the document camera and work on an example. So the key idea that I want you to take away from this video is how to find the average daily balance on a credit card. And then once you have that, you'll be able to compute the finance charge. Okay, so let's look at this example here. The statement is a little long, but it's really not that bad. Okay, so on July 1st, we have a bill for $1,024. We've got purchases of $315 on July 7th and $410 on July 22nd. A payment of $400, let me change that, that's not quite what I want there. A payment of $400 was made on July 15th. Okay, and then they tell us some other facts here. The interest rate on the average daily balance is 1.2% per month, and we're supposed to find the finance charge on the August 1st bill. Okay, so here's the thing I'd recommend we do first. Let's look at all the important dates from the statement of this problem, and we got to make sure that we put them in order. Okay, notice they snuck something in here, right? This was on July 7th, July 22nd, and then July 15th. Okay, so July 1st is important because that's when we get the bill. We have a purchase on the 15th. Nope, sorry, that's the 7th. And we have a purchase on the 15th at 7:15. And then we have something else happening on the 22nd. Okay, so those are the important dates. Okay, now on the 1st, nothing's really happening there. That's just the date we get the bill. So I'm just going to put a scratch there. And the balance is $1,024. Okay, now the balance stays at this level until the 7th. All right, now on the 7th, they make a purchase. Okay, so that is going to increase the balance that we owe the credit card company, right? If you purchase something with your credit card, you owe the company more money, so your balance goes up. All right, now the balance was sitting at $1,024. The purchases bump it up. Okay, so let's just use our calculator here. 1,024 plus 315. Okay, so our new updated balance is $1,339. Now notice I have this other column over here. I'm just calling it days. Okay, what we need to do is we need to keep track of how many days the balance stays at each level. Okay, so the balance stays at 1,024 for July 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th. Okay, so we have 6 days at this level. On July 7th, some purchases that increase the balance. Now July 15, they said there was a payment. Okay, now that payment reduces the balance. Okay, so I've still got the number in there from my calculator, so I'll do minus 400. Okay, so now we're sitting at $939. Okay, so the balance is at this level on July 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. Okay, so by my count, that is 8 days. And on the 15th, it changes. Okay, and now something else happens on the 22nd. Okay, that's another purchase. It's a purchase of $410. Okay, so we then go and increase the balance plus 410. So we're sitting at 1349. Okay, so totaling out here, we started with a balance of $1,024. That was on July 1st. It sat there for 6 days until July 7th, when the balance increased with a purchase of $315. Here's our new level. We stayed there for 8 days. Okay, 7th, the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, the 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. Oh, sorry, just the 14th. We don't count the 15th. Okay, that's why it's 8 days. Okay, so now we're at this level for the 15th, the 16th, the 17th, the 18th, the 19th, the 20th, and the 21st. Okay, so I'm counting 7 days at this level. Okay, and then on July 22nd, purchases of $410 take our balance to here, $1,349. Now we've got to see how many days we're going to stay at this level. Now nothing else happens for the rest of July. Okay, now I could count it out, but let me look how many days I've taken into account right here. I've accounted for 6 plus 8 plus 7. That's 21 days. Okay, now I know July has 31 days. So that must mean there are 10 days left. So the balance is at this level for 10 more days. Okay, so we've got a neat little table here. Okay, so I would recommend when you're doing a problem like this, when you're trying to figure out the average daily balance for a credit card account, that you make a table like this. We've got a column for the dates, where we list everything. Then a column for the transactions, the various balance levels, and this is important. We have to keep track of how many days the balance stays at the various levels. Okay, now these two columns here at the end, these are super useful. Okay, here's what we're going to do with these columns. Okay, we got to take an average of the balance for every day in the month of July. And we're going to do it in a kind of a shortcut way. Okay, so you got to take an average of the balance every day for the month of July. You got to divide by 31 because July has 31 days. Okay. Notice what I'm doing here. I'm taking the balance times the number of days. Right? If I were to give you a list of the balance every day in July, it would say 1024, 1024, 1024, 1024, 1024, 1024. It would say that 6 times for the first 6 days of July. Then the balance would switch to this, and it would say that 8 times, and then it would go here 7 times, and then it would go here for the last 10 days. We'd have to total all those out and then divide by the 31 days. This is a shortcut way of doing it. Okay, so take this times this, this times this, this times this, this times this. Add all those up, then divide by 31. Okay, let me do that calculation right here. Okay, so let me clear out the calculator. Make sure we can see what I'm doing right here. So 1024 times 6 plus 1339 times 8 plus, see where I am now, 939 times 7 plus 1349 times 10. Oops, 1349 times 10. That's kind of a good thing about this calculator. You can go and edit the input if you need to. Okay, then we're going to press equals. Okay, so then we're going to take that and divide it by 31. Okay, so the average daily balance is $1,190.94. Okay, notice what I did there? I rounded to the nearest cent. Okay, round to 2 decimal places, and remember we always round at the end of our calculation. Okay, so this is the average daily balance. Oh gosh, this pen is losing life. Let's go over to this. This is the average daily balance. Okay. Now, we need to use that to compute the finance charge. Okay, they tell us in the statement of the problem that the interest on the average daily balance is 1.2% per month. And then they ask us to find the finance charge. Okay, so 1.2% of the average daily balance, 0.012 times that quantity that we just found, the average daily balance, $1,190.94. Take our calculator, crunch the numbers, 0.012 times $1,190.94 equals, I'm getting $14.29. Okay, so that is the finance charge that we would have to pay on the August 1st bill. Okay, so this table right here gives us a very convenient way to keep track of the balance on various days. And remember, we use those last 2 columns, these 2 columns right here, to help us with the computation. Okay, so we're going to multiply across. And then we add. Multiply across, multiply across, multiply across, add all those up. And don't forget we divide by the number of days in the month that you're dealing with. Okay, a couple of other key things to note here. Okay, remember, purchases increase the balance. You owe more if you buy something with your credit card. Payments will decrease it. You have to remember that old nursery rhyme, 30 days have September, April, June, and November. The rest of the days have 31, the rest of the months have 31 days, of course, except for February. Okay, so these are the months with 30 days, the rest have 31. You need that because that goes in your denominator, right? That's a 31 because we're talking about the July bill, and July has 31 days.